Hello and welcome to Undead Gaming News, your one-stop shop for all things gaming. I'm your host Zombie, and first up this week we have a Plague Tale Requiem. In a new blog post it was revealed that a Plague Tale Requiem has been fully optimised for the new gen consoles. Apparently developer Asbo was able to add even more rats to the game, 60 times more in fact. According to the post for the second game, they wanted to push new gen possibilities to the max to bring the rat-induced horror and trauma to the next level. The amount of rats has been raised to 300,000, there was 5,000 in the original Plague Tale Innocence. They said it's a good number to convey the vision of the apocalypse which keeps increasingly oppressing the heroes. But it isn't just the amount of rats that have changed, the team has also changed the aspect of the rats' movement so that they can move like a giant wave, which will be interesting to see how exactly that plays into everything. But in addition to that, they've also made use of the haptic feedback and adaptive triggers in the PS5's DualSense controller to provide realistic sensations for Amicia's weapons, meaning that if a weapon requires more pressure, the adaptive triggers will adjust the effort needed from players. As well as this, the post mentions how the game's audio has also been fully reworked with the haptic feedback, and what that means is essentially that the swarm of rats can subtly be felt through the pad, through stereo vibrations. It also means you'll be able to feel movements around you through the controller as you play, including what direction the rats are actually coming from. In other news, Atlus is suing two fans of their old MMO Shin Megami Tensei Imagine Online for copyright infringement, as they've been running fan servers for the game. The game's official servers got shut down in May of 2016, and then the fan server cropped up sometime in 2020. However, a website that Atlus says is a blatant copy of the original MMO website was allegedly operated by one of the fans, and the website seems to be a major pushing point for Atlus. In the suit, Atlus is claiming that they falsely added their own copyright information alongside the ones for Atlus, Sega, and co-developer Cave Interactive. The suit was originally filed back in December of 2021, but has now reached the point where both of the fans have been summoned to appear in court. The suit claims that the fan server has caused and will continue to cause irreparable damage to Atlus unless restrained by the court, despite the servers being dead for many years. The developer is seeking statutory damages of up to $25,000 per violation of the DMCA, plus monetary relief including damages sustained by Atlus in amount not yet determined. The suit has already spooked some people though, as another fan server that was dedicated to the same MMO has released a statement saying that they're going to permanently shut down their servers, presumably to avoid being hit with a lawsuit themselves. Over on Netflix's side of things, they've decided to set up their own video game studio. They've previously purchased small gaming companies such as Oxenfree developer Night School Studio, but now they're making their own studio, based in Helsinki, Finland. It will be led by former EA executive Marco Latsika. The aim of the studio is to build a variety of delightful and deeply engaging original games, with no ads and no in-app purchases. It's important, of course, to keep in mind that these games will be mobile games, as that is where Netflix have their gaming section. Over on Blizzard's side of things, they've released a new blog post about Overwatch 2, where they stated as part of Overwatch's transition into a free-to-play game with its sequel, Overwatch 2 will have restrictions on new players to help prevent cheating and disruptive players. Most notably, new accounts which never played the original game before will have to earn access to most of its game modes and heroes. Fresh accounts that start with Overwatch 2 will have access to a limited set of game modes, heroes, and some other restrictions to onboard them more gradually. The first phase of the first-time user experience will unlock game modes and in-game chats, and then you'll unlock the original cast of Overwatch heroes, over the course of approximately 100 matches. To be clear though, this first-time player progression seems to be separate from the Overwatch 2 upcoming Battle Pass, which will also ask people to grind through 55 levels to unlock new heroes, or you can just pay to get them immediately if you want to. Blizzard have also said most game mode restrictions are lifted if you play in a group, but the game's ranked competitive mode will be locked until you've won 50 quick play matches first. All accounts will require a phone number for SMS verification to play the game at all though, as Blizzard hopes it will prevent banned accounts from returning to the game, and the added layer of two-factor security should also help protect accounts from being stolen. Blizzard also announced that it will increase its efforts to find disruptive behaviour through voice chat transcriptions. Blizzard will convert the reported audio to text, and then run it through its chat review tools, which include machine learning, and then they will determine if it's actionable. It will then delete the text file no later than 30 days after the audio transcription. Voice chat data from matches aren't stored for very long, so Blizzard urges you to report players as soon as you can. Also do keep in mind that Overwatch 2 will be replacing the original game when it launches on October the 4th. In other news, Skull and Bones has been delayed yet again. This time it's been pushed back to March 9th, 2023. Ubisoft said the development of Skull and Bones is actually finished, but it needs more time to polish and balance the game, based on the feedback from recent technical tests. They stated, "This is the right decision for both our players and for the long-term success of the game, as March 9th, 2023 provides a suitable release window for this very unique brand." And it's stories like this that will make me reiterate once again, personally, I'm a fan of these kind of delays. If you're polishing up the game and making sure there's no bugs on release, or certainly no game-breaking bugs anyway, making sure it's the most polished, perfect version of the game before it's put out into the public, because at the end of the day, people are spending their money to get access to the game. It should be finished before it releases rather than patched afterwards. And for our final story, we have an update for the GTA 6 leaks, as on Thursday, September the 22nd, a teenager from the UK was arrested on suspicion of hacking, with an emerging report linking the individual to the recent Rockstar Games breach that resulted in over 90 GTA 6 videos leaking online last week. Though the police have not publicly confirmed that the arrest is actually related to Rockstar's security breach, journalist Matthew Keys tweeted that the 17-year-old has been arrested in Oxfordshire for the cyber attack on Rockstar and Uber. He further confirmed that the same teenager was also arrested earlier this year for hacking Microsoft and Nvidia. The City of London Police confirmed the arrest on Twitter, where they stated he was arrested on suspicion of hacking as part of an investigation supported by the National Crime Agency's National Cybercrime Unit. He has been charged in connection with this investigation and remains in police custody. He was charged with 2 counts of breach of bail conditions and 2 counts of computer misuse. The teen showed up for his court hearing on the 24th, where he pled not guilty, and the judge has now referred the case to a higher court, where it will be heard at a later date. So I'll keep you updated when information on that releases. But that's all we have time for this week. If you have any thoughts on anything mentioned this week, please leave it in the comment section below as always, and I will see you next week. Goodbye.